Hey, welcome to 24 Chambers of Film. I'm Steven, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 10 films of 2007. So 2007 is, by a lot of people, considered one of the best years in film, and I would have to agree. Since I've become like a cinephile, which started in 2004, and also that's when I decided that I wanted to be a filmmaker. Um, yeah, that's to me that's the best year that we've had current now and everything like that. Since then, 2007 still stands out. It is easily one of the it is the most seminal year for me as an active film goer, going to theaters, especially by myself. At that time I was a senior, so it was like perfect year for me. Just like it's if it sucked, I was going to remember it. And if it was great, I was definitely going to remember it. And it did not disappoint. So many great filmmakers had their films come out that year. I mean, it was just every weekend was something I wanted to see. And the theaters were going strong. And every Friday, there was just a strong crowd, it felt like. And yeah, the movie going theater experience was top tier in that year, in my opinion. It was so good. But yeah, let's get into this. I'm going to talk about each film a little bit. But yeah, here are my top 10 films of 2007. My number 10 film is The Host. So The Host is a South Korean monster movie by the great Bong Joon-ho. And at the time, I wasn't familiar who Bong Joon-ho was. I remember seeing this trailer and kind of being a little bit of a snotty about the CGI monster in it. And I did not see this in the theaters at the time, which was fucking so disappointing to like think about it. And I regret it. I wish I would have saw it because it was available to watch in my theater. And I did want to watch it, but I was like not in any rush. If I would have been more familiar with Bong Joon-ho, I would have definitely seen it day one. Because I saw it years later and I felt like an idiot because I was like, this movie's fucking amazing. The characters are so hilarious and so well executed. All the acting's great. The balance between comedy, drama, and horror is perfect in this movie. It's just a perfect balancing act. And obviously, even the monster works. Even though it's obviously CGI, it still works very well. I wish I saw it in the theaters, but yeah, this movie's great. It's an underrated film of Bong Joon-ho's that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough. And yeah, I wish it didn't have the same name as that movie, the other movie, The Host, the YA film. But this is definitely the superior Host movie. I think that one's just called The Host. This one's called The Host. But yeah, anyways, if you haven't seen Bong Joon-ho's The Host, you got to watch it. It's a fucking phenomenal film. Number 9, The Mist. The Mist is, I mean, The Mist is way better than the Fog remake. But yeah, look, this movie I saw in theater with my whole family, and I remember this specifically because my mom never goes to the movies. She's not a fan of going to the movies. She never has been. So she, for some reason, went to the movies for this one, and she instantly regretted it. And it's probably a reason why she doesn't go to the movies, because she thinks we take her to go see bad movies. My mom is she's not into horror or any of that type of stuff. So yeah, at the time, she was entertained and all that stuff, but just the ending of this film. And if you've seen The Mist, you know the ending. This is one of the most brutal endings of all time. And it's such a great ending, in my opinion. I remember being flabbergasted at the ending because I did not think they had the balls to do what they did. And it went there. And Frank Darabont is, still one of the greatest filmmakers of his generation. I wish he did more than 4 films. This was actually his last feature film that he did. And then he went to television. And has never returned back to feature filmmaking, which I really hope he does. And when he does, I hope he knocks it out of the park, because he has all his films I like a lot. Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, The Majestic, and The Mist. But yeah, this movie also, like The Host, has very obvious CGI monsters in it. There's some practical effects in there with the monsters, but the majority is CGI, and it's very clear. But the movie works because the characters, the acting, the writing, the filmmaking by Darabont is all well executed. And mostly takes place in a grocery store in a small town. And a lot of the bad guys are the villains. There's villains in the grocery store with the characters, and that works very well. It's a very movie about human connection, and just like interactions and stuff like that. The monsters are very present. Don't get me wrong. They're not background characters, but there's a lot of, how the people in the grocery store interact and how they turn each other. So if you haven't seen it, but the black and white version actually helps the effects, in my opinion. And that Frank Darabont wanted to release the movie in black and white, and he did do it on the DVD, and it looks great. But of course, the studio did not want to release it in black and white. But anyways, The Mist, such a great theater experience watching this. The ending, like I said, flabbergasted everybody in that room. Everybody was just in awe of what they just saw because they couldn't believe that the movie went that way. But yeah, if you haven't seen The Mist, go watch it. It's one of the best sci-fi horror movies out there. Number 8, The Darjeeling Limited. Wes Anderson's The Darjeeling Limited. Look, Wes Anderson, you either love him or hate him. Not many people are in the middle about him. I love his films. I've always have. Rushmore is my favorite film of his. I love all his movies. And the Darjeeling Limited is my second favorite Wes Anderson movie. I saw this at the ArcLight Theater with my buddy. It was a fucking great experience. To me, it's his most aesthetically pleasing film, in my opinion. The colors, the train in the movie. The movie's about these three brothers trying to reconnect and find their mother, and who's in India. So the movie takes place in India and mostly on a train called the Darjeeling Limited. Hijinks ensues, but it's very dramatic. It's very comedic as well, and it's just a great combination of balancing that drama and comedy. And it's just it's a poignant film as well, actually. And I think it's an underrated film of Anderson's that doesn't get talked about enough. I think people kind of have forgotten about it. I remember seeing it in the theaters, and Wes Anderson did a cool thing to have a little bit of a backstory to one of the characters. He did a short film called Hotel Chevalier that played before the movie, and then the movie, and then the feature started, which was cool. Not all the movie theaters did that, but you were able to see it on some theaters, and luckily my theater, when I saw it at the ArcLight, they showed it, and then also when it came out in a wider release, they had it as well in my local theater, which was awesome. But yeah, I love the Darjeeling Limited. Adrian Brody is amazing in it. So is Owen Wilson. I think Owen Wilson, one of his funniest performances, in my opinion. And Jason Schwartzman's great. I mean, everybody's great in this movie. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, go watch the Darjeeling Limited. It's a Wes Anderson masterpiece for sure. So my number 7 film, Knocked Up. What can I say? Over the years, it's just grown on me because probably like 5 years ago, Superbad would be my number 7. But as the years gone on, this movie's, like I said, really grown on me and just kind of knocked off Superbad off the list. And I really love Superbad, so it's a comedic masterpiece. Like Knocked Up, it's just, I guess maybe as I got older, I just relate to it more. I don't know. But it's just so fucking funny. I don't know. It's gotten funnier and funnier every time I watched it. This used to be out of the movies that came out that year of like Judd Apatow's Knocked Up, Superbad, and Walk Hard, which is another phenomenal film, a great parody film. I would watch Knocked Up the least, but over time, that's become the one that I go to the most. And like I said, I love all the actors in it. All their chemistry is perfect. All the hangout scene with the guys is so hilarious, and just the Paul Rudd subplot with Leslie Mann, everything. Even Katherine Heigl is great. I think her performance is underrated, but yeah, it's just a great Apatow film that he wrote and directed. It basically made Seth Rogen a leading man. Like I said, watching this in theaters was amazing because people were really into it. It blew the roof off the house. Every time. I saw it multiple times in theaters, and it delivered every time. And I really wish we had that back with comedy movies, where we would see a comedy with the full house and people just busting up and having a great time. And I hope to be a part of that, bringing that back, and I hope it comes back because especially with raunchy comedies, those are the best to watch with an audience, in my opinion, when it's working. But yeah, Knocked Up. If you haven't seen it, that's crazy. Go watch it. It's just a great romantic comedy. Number 6 is No Country for Old Men. What else is there to say? No Country for Old Men is a fucking masterpiece based on a Cormac McCarthy novel. It has one of the best villains of all time of Anton Chigurh, and portrayed brilliantly and so scary by Javier Bardem. I mean, what a coming out party for that guy. I mean, even in the trailer, you're like, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, I have to see this movie because of Javier Bardem. That guy, I had never seen someone so psychotic just by looking at them and their presence in a movie. Like, I'm like, that it was so intimidating. I'm like, I have to fucking see this. And he definitely didn't under-delivered. He fucking over-delivered. Javier Bardem's character is so goddamn menacing and great in this movie. The whole movie's great. Tommy Lee Jones is beautiful in this movie. He's so good in this movie. His performance just gets better every time I watch it. Josh Brolin is great. Everybody. What's her name? Oh my God, the wife, McDonald. Kelly McDonald, is that her name? Might have butchered it, but she is phenomenal in the movie. She's like Scottish or whatever, and her accent is fucking brilliant. The Coen brothers just direct the hell out of this movie. The sound design in this movie is like probably one of the best ever. I mean, it sounds so good. There's like a very, very minimal score that you maybe hear once or maybe twice, but for the most part, it's all diegetic sound in there, and the sound is just amazing. And I think it did win for best sound. It should have if it didn't. But it won Best Picture at the Oscars, and well deserved. I don't think it should have won out of the movies nominated. I don't think it's the best movie of that year, but it's definitely easily one of the best. And I have no issues that it won because it's a fucking phenomenal movie. If you don't have the 4K criterion of this movie, you need to go buy it because it looks gorgeous. So yeah, No Country for Old Men. I mean, what can you say? One of the best movies of the last 20 years, easily. Last 25 years. So good. Now heading into the top 5. My number 5 is Zodiac. Zodiac is... What can I say about this film? This film at this time, this film came out at the perfect time. I was really obsessed with like watching true crime, serial killer, true crime stuff. I even read the Zodiac book that this is based on by Robert Graysmith when I found out that this movie is coming out. And I find out fucking David Fincher is making this, the director of Seven, which is one of my favorite serial killer movies ever, and it's just a brilliant movie itself, and he's just a phenomenal director. I was hyped. I was so hyped for this movie. This movie was like probably easily one of my top 3 most anticipated of that year, and man, it did not disappoint. This movie is fucking brilliant. For being almost 3 hours long, this movie, I was obsessed. This was my bedtime movie when it came out to when you were able to buy it on DVD. I would watch this or Blu-ray. I was watching this all the time. Put it on, boom, Zodiac, because it's so long, and I would wake up sometimes in the middle of the night and watch like middles of it and then pass out again. Like, it was just, I loved it. I love that. It was such a great. That happened for like about almost like that was like a 2-year thing, 3 years almost of me watching this and another long movie that I will get to. But Zodiac was, it's so good. Probably the best digitally shot film at the time, in my opinion, with the digital camera. This was the first film that David Fincher shot digitally, and it looks great. They shot on the Viper camera, and it really looks very beautiful, especially if you've seen the 4K upgrade of it. It looks so good. What can I say? This movie, if you don't like police procedurals or true crime stuff, then this movie is probably not for you because it is long and it's very, it's not like Seven, it's very different. It's very much about the characters obsessed with this killer that they couldn't catch, but it's so well executed. It's the attention to detail in this movie is brilliant. But yeah, it's so good. If you haven't seen it, go watch Zodiac. It really leaves a lingering effect on you at the end. It's just one of those thought-provoking films. Like I said, true crime masterpiece. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Okay, my number 4 is There Will Be Blood. Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood. I mean, what can I say about this movie? This movie was nominated for Best Picture against No Country for Old Men, and it should have won. To me, this is the better movie than No Country for Old Men. No shade of No Country. It's great. Fucking love that movie. But this movie is just an American epic. It's Johnny Greenwood's score. Daniel Day-Lewis's performance is like off the charts. He's never had a better performance. This is still his greatest performance easily. Paul Dano's phenomenal in this movie. Just the what they represent, Paul Dano and Daniel Day-Lewis's character is like the epitome of America. And it's just beautifully it's just such an American film, I feel like, and it's just done so fucking well. And Paul Thomas Anderson's like, he does something different with the way he makes movie. He like elevated his game in a different way. Not like that this style is better than like Punch Drunk Love, Magnolia, Boogie Nights, and Hard Eight, but he definitely did. He switched his style a little bit for this, and it was a turning point for Paul Thomas Anderson. Not for worse, not for better, but and another great turn, because I love the energetic kind of, steady cam filmmaking that he did before this. This is a lot more slower, more methodical, but it still works beautifully. And it's just a great film. And if you haven't seen There Will Be Blood, I mean, you got to go watch it. It's great. And I can't wait till this gets a 4K release because I need this shit. I need it. My number 3 has a very long title. The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford. Like Zodiac, this was another film that I was so obsessed with, and it was my bedtime movie as well. If it wasn't Zodiac, it was Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford. Yes, that's a long title, and yes, it's a fucking brilliant title. I love it. That's what the book's called, and I'm glad they didn't change it to The Assassination of Jesse James. I like the long title for this movie. One of my favorite posters of this movie as well. It's so fucking good. To me, this is still Brad Pitt's best performance in a movie, hands down. He's so good in this movie. Casey Affleck is obviously phenomenal as well. And also just one of the best scores ever in a movie. This movie got like criminally snubbed at the Oscars. It makes me mad. I remember I was so mad. The Oscars just always make me mad. But this is probably one of the years I was just like fuming. I was just mad as fuck with a lot of these nominations, and I don't care what anybody says, this is Roger Deakins' best cinematography out of all his films. Better than fucking Blade Runner 2049, anything that he's done in Dune. This is easily, without a doubt, his best film when it comes to cinematography. Roger Deakins, okay? Not saying those movies aren't shot well, but they don't fucking hold a candle to fucking Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford. This movie is it's a fucking poem, but it's an exciting, exhilarating poem in my opinion. Yeah, Andrew Dominik directed it. He's a phenomenal filmmaker. If you don't like his films, fuck you. No, no, he's a great filmmaker, and he came out. This was his second feature. First film was Chopper, and he came out with a banger in this one. This movie, I can't wait. It needs to get a 4K upgrade on this, and I need it on like Arrow or Criterion. I need it on something, all right, because I need to own this film. I need like get packed with special features. I fucking love this movie. Sam Rockwell's in it. Just a great, phenomenal cast. Jeremy Renner. Everything's great. But yeah. And also one of the best films that uses narration. The narration in this film is so well done. I know people are like kind of like 50-50 on narration, and it can work and it can be annoying, but this movie's narration is fucking beautiful, and it works beautifully throughout the whole movie. Yeah, brilliant film, brilliant direction. Andrew Dominik should have gotten nominated. Maybe should have even won. His direction in this movie is so good. But yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, yes, it's a long movie, but it's so good. The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford. Go watch it. Masterpiece. My number 2 film is Grindhouse, Planet Terror, and Death Proof. Back to back, baby. So out of all the films on this list, this is easily the most entertaining and fun film out of all these films. Probably the most fun film of 2007, in my opinion. This movie was a great theater experience. It's such a shame that it didn't work out financially. I think it was poorly marketed. I think Harvey Weinstein kind of like secretly torpedoed the marketing of this movie because of certain people's involvement. But yeah, this movie is phenomenal. The theater experience was great when I saw it. Had a great crowd. I saw it like almost 10 times in the theater, and every time it was like I saw that there wasn't that many people in there, and a lot of people leaving after Planet Terror because they didn't know it was a double feature. And I remember asking someone that I saw from my school at like, "Hey, bro, what'd you think of it?" He's like, "Oh, that was fun." I was like, "Why didn't you stay for the second movie?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't know." So a lot of people did not know this was 2 movies for the price of one, and it's just like I feel like this movie was ahead of its time, but I think part of it was not the best. It could have gotten better marketing, in my opinion. But this is Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez. Tarantino did Death Proof. Robert Rodriguez did Planet Terror. These movies are just brilliant. They're so good. They're so fucking exciting, so exhilarating. I love watching these movies. They don't get old. Yes, it's a little bit of a cheat, but they did come out as a double feature, so I'm not cheating. Okay, it's yeah, they work well as their own, but the experience of watching them together with the fake movie trailers in the middle, it's just a great theater experience. And yeah, phenomenal films. They're fun. A lot of people think this is one of Tarantino's weakest films, and probably Rodriguez's film. I think these are like up there top fives easily for me. I love Death Proof. It gets better with age. Same thing with Planet Terror. I mean, it's just fucking gonzo filmmaking at its finest. And I would love to get a Grindhouse too, but we probably won't. but yeah, I love it. It was I think at the time people thought this was like a soft effort from Tarantino, but it's not. Those people were fucking clueless. This was a fucking strong fucking banger effort by both filmmakers, and a great, phenomenal cast. One of the best casts of the year, easily. But yeah, if you haven't seen Grindhouse, go watch it. If you can watch both Planet Terror and Death Proof back to back in the Grindhouse format, please do it. Definitely watch it that way. It's just a better experience. But if you have to watch it individually, they work on their own too. So, but yeah, if you can, watch it that way. My number one film of 2007 is Danny Boyle's Sunshine. Space adventure, thriller. These astronauts, this is the second mission of them going to the sun to reignite it, to drop a giant bomb the size of Manhattan, because Earth is in like a solar winter. Like, it's cold. It's they need more sun, and they need to drop this bomb to reignite the sun. So we get summers again in Earth, because it's slowly killing crops and everything like that. And that's not a sustainable way to have a solar winter permanently on Earth. So yeah, this movie is like phenomenal. It's underrated as fuck. It's a shame that it doesn't get talked about more. I think it's kind of grown over the years, but it's an underrated masterpiece. It's a masterpiece even with the third act. It doesn't suck at all, the third act, but the third act does something that I think kind of I want to say cheapens it, but I think it would. There's another way for that third act to happen without something happening, a certain character reappearing and learning something. Because the first 2/3 of this movie is a goddamn masterpiece. Because what's happening is just kind of life happening, human error, shit, mechanical things breaking down. Like things are just happening that are going to happen when you're going on a adventure like this. That's very risky. You're going close to the sun. It's just so good. The cast is amazing. You got Chris Evans, you got Cillian Murphy, you got Michelle Yeoh, you got Hiroyuki Sanada from fucking Shogun and The Ring and all that stuff. You got Benedict Wong. You got who else? You got Rose Byrne. You got Clifton. What's his name? Cliff Curtis. You got a phenomenal cast here. Okay, Troy Garrity from fucking Barbershops in this. This movie is just phenomenal. This has one of the best trailers. The first trailer for Sunshine blew my mind. I remember seeing it has a Requiem for a Dream score playing in there. It's just like epic. And yeah, I saw this movie in the theaters. Nobody was there. It was sad to see, because I was like, damn, this movie is so amazing, and it's gonna get like not a great box office. But this movie was so good. It's so fucking good. I remember the theater experience very clearly for this movie, because it was so good. I needed to pee so bad at some point that I couldn't leave the theater, that I went to the corner. I only did this. I've never done this before, but I only did this because there was nobody in the theater. And I just was, I was fucking a high schooler, a senior in high school at the time. I went to the corner and I pissed in the corner of the theater, right in the top area, so I could still watch the movie and not miss anything that's going on. That's how fucking good this movie was. Like I said, suspense is amazing. The middle of this movie, there's a scene where they have to jump from one ship to another. 10 out of 10 scene. It's like the tension and the suspense is beautiful in that movie. The aesthetic, Danny Boyle is just firing on all cylinders, written by Alex Garland. When they work together, it's just it's definitely cinema, in my opinion. This movie gets It's just it gets better with every rewatch, even with me preferring something different to happen in the third act, or like not different in the sense what happens, just like a character not existing. And now it doesn't even bother me anymore. It's still good. It's not like it's a bad thing that happens in the third act, but it's just it turns into something else for a moment. And I just prefer what it was. I wish it was all the way that what it was in the first 2/3 of this movie. But regardless of that, it's still a masterpiece. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's that fucking good. So Sunshine, if you haven't seen it, it's the best space adventure film of all time, in my opinion. Better than 2001, better than Interstellar. Sunshine all day, every day. Yeah, so those are my top 10 films of 2007. Sunshine's number 1. Go watch it if you haven't seen any of these. I highly recommend them. They're all fucking masterpieces in their own right for me. So yeah, go check them out. So let me know what you guys think of all my of my top 10. If you guys disagree, if you guys hate all these movies or you loved all these movies, what would be your order? Drop your top 10 if you want to. Yeah, let's start a conversation about this. What year of cinema do you think is one of the best? I really think 2007 is easily top 5. But yeah, let me know. So like and subscribe. We got more videos coming your way. So yeah, this is 24 Chambers of Film. I'm Steven. Have a great day.